For a long time, people thought of marketing as just this simple checklist. But how did we get from just, selling stuff to something that actually shapes the entire purpose of a modern business? Well, today we're going to break down that exact transformation. Okay, let's get into it.
So here's the game plan. We're going to start with the massive shift in who really holds the power in today's market. Then, I'll introduce you to something called the pivotal compass. It's a modern guide for strategy. After that, we'll look at how the day-to-day marketing toolkits have changed to keep up. And finally, we'll see how all this stuff actually works with real products and services that you know and use.
So let's start with that big question. Is marketing really just about the classic 4 Ps? Product, price, place, and promotion? For decades, that was the entire playbook. But the game has totally fundamentally changed. And as we're about to see, marketing really had no choice but to change right along with it.
And at the heart of this whole evolution is one single thing, a huge power shift. See, marketing used to be a one-way street. Companies decided what to make, and then they just pushed it out to people. But that world is long gone. Now, we live in the customer's world. They've got all the information, all the choice, and basically a global megaphone in their pocket. This flip from a company-first to a customer-first universe meant we needed a completely new way of thinking.
Right, so in this new world, just having a checklist of tactics, it's not going to cut it. Marketers needed a new compass to guide them, and that's where the pivotal framework comes in. Think of it as a strategic guide that connects every single marketing action, no matter how big or small, to a deeper, more meaningful strategy. Let's break it down.
And it all kicks off with P for purpose and vision. This is the absolute foundation. It's asking the big question. Beyond making money, why does our company even exist? What good are we trying to put out into the world for our customers or our community? That purpose, that's the true north that guides everything else.
Next up, I is for innovations and solutions. And when you have a really clear purpose, innovation stops being about just jamming in new features. It becomes about solving real problems for people. It's about a relentless focus on creating a genuinely positive impact for the people you're trying to serve.
V stands for the value system. Now think of these as the company's non-negotiables. These are the core beliefs that guide every single action, from the C-suite all the way down to a customer service chat. And what's so critical here is consistency, because if you're not consistent with your values, you lose all trust. It's that simple. Then we have O for outreach. And listen, this is so much more than just running ads. It's about really authentically connecting with your audience wherever they are, whether that's on social media, at local events, or in online forums. The key is to be a valuable part of their world, not just another interruption.
After that comes T for transfer. This is all about one crucial thing: delivering on your promise. Once you've told people about the value you offer, how seamlessly, how easily can you actually get it to them? This is all about operational excellence that makes the whole experience feel totally effortless.
A is for advocacy. Because in today's world, the ultimate goal isn't just to have a satisfied customer, it's to create a passionate advocate. It's about creating an experience that's so amazing that your customers become your most powerful marketing channel. That kind of organic word-of-mouth buzz, it's pure gold.
And finally, L for lifetime value. This is what brings it all together. It's a huge shift away from just chasing one-time sales and moving toward building real long-term relationships. Because a loyal customer doesn't just bring in revenue, they give you the kind of priceless feedback and advocacy that really fuels a purpose-driven brand.
Okay, so the pivotal compass gives us our strategic why. But how do marketers actually do this stuff on the ground? Well, let's take a look at the tactical toolkits that have evolved right alongside this strategy, moving from serving the company to truly serving the customer. This timeline tells the whole story so well. You start back in the 60s with the 4 Ps. It was all about the company's perspective. Then, come the 90s, we get the 4 Cs, which completely flip the script to the customer's point of view. And more recently, you've got frameworks like the SAVE model, which push it even further, focusing on solutions, access, value, and education. All about the outcomes, not just the products. This table really nails that critical mindset shift from the 4 Ps to the 4 Cs. So instead of just product, it became consumer value. What's the real benefit they're getting? Price became cost because it acknowledges the customer's total investment, including their time and effort. Place turned into convenience. And my personal favorite, promotion became communication, a two-way conversation, not a monologue. Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this stuff actually works in the real world. We're going to zoom in on that first P,
product and see how one of the world's most iconic brands used this new way of thinking to solve a very, very real problem for millions of people.
Get this for a second. 87% of women were unhappy with the way their jeans fit, and an incredible 95% believed that finding a pair that fit their body perfectly was just impossible. I mean, that's not just a small gap in the market, that's a massive market failure. And that is the exact problem that Levi's set out to solve.
So, what did they do? Well, Levi's launched this huge global study, scanning the bodies of over 60,000 women, and they found this one core insight you see right here. The real problem wasn't just the waist size, it was the body shape. And that discovery led directly to their game-changing Curve ID system, which organized fits by shape instead of just by a number on a tag.
And did it work? Oh yeah, it worked. Just look at this chart. A massive 37% jump in sales for their women's jeans in the first year alone. This is exactly what happens when true, customer-obsessed innovation solves a problem people genuinely care about. It creates incredible value and drives serious growth.
But, innovation isn't always about adding more stuff. Sometimes it's about making things simpler. Think back to 2007. The Nokia N95 was, on paper, the better phone. It had more features, a better camera, the whole 9 yards. But the very first iPhone was obsessed with one thing: the user experience. Its revolutionary simplicity completely won, proving that a better experience can easily crush a longer feature list.
But what about when your product is invisible? When it's an intangible service. Well, that's a totally unique marketing challenge. How do you make something a customer can't even see or touch feel real and valuable? It turns out you need a few extra tools in your toolkit.
Yeah, it became pretty clear pretty fast that the original 4 Ps just weren't enough for services. So the model expanded to the 7 Ps. It adds 3 absolutely critical new elements: people, the actual individuals delivering the service; process, how that service gets delivered time and time again; and physical evidence, all the tangible things from a website to an office that signal quality and build trust.
In the world of services, loyalty is everything. And one of the most powerful ways to measure it is the Net Promoter Score, or NPS. The beauty of it is its simplicity. It's all based on one powerful question: how likely are you to recommend us? And based on the answer, it sorts your customers into enthusiastic promoters, so-so passives, or unhappy detractors.
And here's exactly how that works. It's super simple. You just take the percentage of your promoters, in this example, a pretty healthy 60%, and you subtract the percentage of your detractors, which here is 15%. And boom, you get a single, clear score, 45 in this case, that gives you an instant snapshot of just how loyal your customers really are.
So we've gone all the way from the simple 4 Ps to a powerful, purpose-driven strategic framework, which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. How does a real, deep commitment to purpose, that first P in pivotal, fundamentally change the kind of innovation that you need to actually win and create a lasting advantage in your industry? It's a question that really could change everything.